Hi, and welcome to the next part of our journal making. My name is Tina, and so I will show you what we've done so far. We have done our cover, the outside, and the inside. So we will call this our key journal, and it's going to be in the vintage style. So this is the cover, and I think I said we were going to do two signatures, but we're going to be doing three. I made this big enough for three. The spine, I made it big enough for three signatures in there, so that's what we're going to be doing. And I will show you the signatures that I made. We cut them all out together, and I put them all together. I put 17 pages in a signature. So I'll show you the first one, what it looks like, and then we will sew it into our cover. So this was the first page, and it's just, I don't know what you call this, but it's that material, very soft anyway. And this was out of the paper pad, and this was out of the paper pad, and this is a coffee dyed paper with that one. So I'll just kind of go through it and show you what I have here in the first signature. And once we have them sewn in, I may be adding more just by gluing them in and things like that. So yeah, this one is just, I got it straight out of the pad and paper pad and did nothing with it. And same with this one. And that brings us to the middle. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clip them together. Going to make them really nice and straight and clip them together like this. And what I'm going to do is bring out my, now I'm not sure, do I want to sew them or do I just want to poke through them and sew them? I'm kind of debating what I want to do. I think I am going to just poke through them this time. And then the next journal I'll show you how to sew it in. So I will just even these all out and make sure they're all in there. Like so. And that's our middle. Then you need a book. And this is just a book that I've been using. And actually, I am way ahead of myself, so I'm going to take it back, take all that back, bring out our cover, and I'm going to take a piece of paper, and I'm going to measure out exactly where our holes are supposed to be. So I'm going way too fast. Like I said, this is my first time doing, a tutorial like this. So yeah, you're doing it with me for the first time. So I'm going to make a template. And cut this out. So that's that. Now, oops, things are falling. I hope you guys all are having a good day. My day is pretty good. So we're just gonna make sure it's straight here. and cut it. Some people have their templates ready. I don't. I kind of just eyeball it. I'm a type of person that eyeballs a lot, and sometimes it's not the greatest idea. So our page, or our cover, is 8 inches. So the 4 would be the middle, which is right there. That would be the middle. And then it is just about 3.5 inches wide. So I will do it about 1.5, a little bit over 1.5. That would be, actually, you know what we could do? We could fold this and be more exact. Very good. Very good thinking, Tina. There we go. And we'll do it again, like so. And that will be our middle, going this way and going that way. So this will be the middle. Now, we could measure from here to there to the middle, which is there. And then flip this over again. Now, I've never seen anybody do this, so I don't know how correct this will be. But I'm going to measure 1 inch in and put a circle there. And then we can just kind of eyeball it from there and there. And then we'll turn this around again and we'll do 1 inch. We'll do the middle one. There we go. Like so. And like so. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to put my ruler here. Get out your book that I have now lost, like this. And make sure this is in there good. And you can pin that one on too so that it stays. And get your dowel. I just have this old, it's got a bone folder at the end and a pokey tool at this end. So I just kind of make sure that it's the right spot and just push in like this. And another hole. And make sure you have the book underneath so you're not digging into your desk. That would not be good. So we'll just punch all these holes nice and big. And I think I lost my paper clip or my clothespin there, but I'm holding it here. So just move this over. Yeah, this is the hard part, the making the holes. There we go. There's the holes. I don't know if you can see those, but we have 9 holes here now. And you can keep this template to do your signatures. So what I like to do is open this book up. This isn't the best book for it, but just open it up and kind of put your middle in here and line these up here. And poke holes in there. And again, Make sure you're in your book. You're not going on the table. Even though you have a self-healing mat, I don't think that would heal. That would not be good. So here we go. This is kind of crooked, this thing. I need to get a new one. So there we go. And I believe that did not go through. So you can just poke it through, make sure it goes through, and wiggle that around. There we go. And you can kind of go through this side too. That way you can see it better. Like so. And there we go. Now I will sew in the first signature into the book here. And you need a needle. Now I have one of these needles that is not really sharp at the end, and it's got a wide eyelet. And the thread that I'm using is gold thread. I'm not sure what this is called. I've had this for a long time, and it's very strong, and but it's very thin. So use whatever you have or whatever you want to use, and just thread that through if you can do that. And then what I like to do is, oops, there goes my thread. I like to measure and do about 3 times the length. And that is usually, oops, getting all tangled here. That is usually enough thread. So there's 1, 2, and then 3. So it's quite a long thread that you have, and try to not get it tangled like I have there. And then just snip it off. Yeah, I hope I'm not confusing you. Trying my best here anyway not to confuse you, to make it as easy as possible. And what is happening here with my thread? So just make a nice loop in here. And you need like quite a substantial knot in here, so it will not pull through the paper. So just keep going round and round, and when you think it's enough, just pull it tight, and you get a little ball like that at the end. Then what I always do is I put it through in the middle like this, pull it through, and you have to be careful that this does not pull through. So you can even put a paper clip or something in here and just maybe clip it on so that it does not come through like that. And then you find your needle and you put it through. Make sure you're doing it the correct way. So this is where my pockets are. So this is the top and this is the bottom. And look at your signature to make sure there's no pages that are upside down. So this is the top and this is the bottom. And then go through the first set of holes here. Like so. And pull it through. Now you can decide if you want to put a charm here or a button or whatever you like, but I'm not going to put anything on. I'm just doing the sewing today. So then I'm going to go to the next hole up here to this hole and push this through so I can see it. And pull the book tight. Now find your hole at the top here and push through there. And you're going to pull tight. It doesn't have to be very tight yet, but just, you know, pull it a little tight. So it looks like so. So you have your first string in there. Then go straight across. So this is the second hole. This is the first hole, second hole. And what I do is I go to the third one and I poke through like so. Right there. And then I poke through here. So now we have, the book should be tight in there. Make sure you pull tight, but don't pull too tight that you snap the string off. So then you go back in through the middle hole, the first hole that you went through. So you go back through there like this, and here's your needle. So now you go back through that hole in the book as well and just pull it through like so. Now make sure that now you can take these off. There we go. Now you make sure that your strings are tight, that there's no looseness, or it's not loose, and that the book is as close as it can be to your spine here. So now you can take this little clip off and just give it a nice tie here. Tie it in a knot. Now I have lots of string left over, but I like to do that because sometimes I leave the strings dangling, so I add a charm at the bottom, but also it gives me good handles here, like to make sure that I pull it tight. So that first signature is in there, like so. And where is my scissor? So you can just cut it, leave it the length you want. If you want, you can tie a charm here later on. So I may do that, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And I have this string left, and since it's nice gold string, I'm just going to put it to the side and maybe use it later for something. So this can come off too. And that is the first signature in your book. There we go. So now we have to put 2 more in. So one here and one there. And I will do that with you. If you want, you can continue watching, but it's just going to be basically repeating what I just did. So take your signature and make sure all the papers are in the correct order that you want them in, and make sure the middles are aligned, and then you can clip them like so. And sometimes this is easy for me, and other days it's really hard because my hands don't want to work. And there we go. There's that. Oops. Make sure they're all in nice and straight. And I'll put this to the side for now. And we'll get out our book. And where did I leave my thing? So now we're gonna open up our book, and I like to do it in the middle because it just feels like it, in the middle of a book, it just feels like I get better control of my pages. So line it up here like so, and am I under my book? Yes. Push it through. Ooh. That went in like butter. Push it through. Oops. And I moved it, which is not good. So just find your first hole there. And there's that one. And I think I made a boo-boo here. Yeah, it should be fine. There we go. There's that one. Okay. Now check the back. And again, it's not very clear, so just go through it from this side like that. And yep, see, this one's harder. My hand's tired. There we go. And there we go. Now we'll put this aside here and bring back our book like so. And we will get some more thread wherever I left it. And it's, whoops, that was my garbage bin. I will get my thread off the floor. And yeah, it went flying. So I've got lots of thread here. So we'll do 1, 2, and 3. And I really love this thread. It's so nice and thin. So I'm not sure where. I think I even got it from my mom. It's been laying around here for a long time, and I never knew what to do with it. Now I started making journals, so that's what I've been doing now, using it. So kind of look around to see what you have in your stash, and you probably have something that will work. Some twine. Just as long as you have a needle that it can fit through. So again, just go round and round, make your knot. And I don't think it even needs to be as big as I make it, but I just hate it when it comes through, and it has come through a couple of times on me. And that does not make me happy. So there we go. Now you can clip this through again, your little paper clothespin or whatever, just to make it stay, that it doesn't go through. And then you take your signature and make sure it's the right way. And I think this one, it doesn't really matter, but there we go. Ooh, I almost poked myself. There we go. And pull it through again. I used to dread doing this part because I found this to be so intimidating, but now I've done it a few times, and yeah, you turn your book and twist it and whatever, but it works very well. And now you can go either down or up, doesn't really matter which direction you go. So this is our first one. Now we're working on that one, and it makes it a little bit harder when you have 2 or 3 in here. So just pull it tight and then go all the way across to that one, and make sure you're putting it in the correct holes, because I've done that too, where yeah, I've made it sewn it in crooked. That is not very pleasing either. So now it should be nice and tight, and there you see it, nice and tight. And then you put it in your hole that you first started out with. I hope I'm doing this in frame. So, and now you look through here. Okay, what you can do is, to get that out of the way, where's my clips? Where are my clippers? You can take this, and I'm gonna clip that one in here. There we go. Now it's out of the way, so it won't bug you here. So just, oops, find this hole here, and yeah, the more signatures you have in here, the more heavier it is, and then it's harder on your hands. So now you can take this little one off too, and just make sure everything is nice and tight. And knot it up here again. Like so. Yeah, at first I was just going to do 2 signatures, but then I thought I made the spine so big that 3 fit in very nicely. And if anybody is interested in this journal, if you'd like to buy it from me, you can just let me know. But we're going to be decorating it next, so I'm going to leave this one long too, just in case, to see what we do. And this can come out. And I think I will be setting up an Etsy shop also, where I'll be putting these up. So that's 2 signatures. Now that would have worked fine, but I think the 3 will be better. So I'm just going to clip these together, that they don't bother us on the 3rd one. So that's 2 signatures in, 1 more to go. And yeah, the process just is the same again. Line them up. There's a little hanging part. And just make sure you grab them in the middle. And I just love having these clips nearby. I mean, I have them just in front of me here, and I can grab one whenever I need one. And I have all kinds of clips. I have paper clips, I have clothespins, and see here, this is not quite straight, so we gotta fix that, because then in the end it'll give you a wonky journal, and you don't want that. And then it takes away from all your hard work. So I hope this gives you some idea of how to do your own if you've never done one, or if I've done something differently than you normally do. I've watched so many tutorials that have helped me. I can't even, yeah, there's Gail that I watch, and there's more, but mainly Gail Antonelli. She's pretty awesome. Okay, so I think my next investment is going to be in an awl. I think that's what they're called. I need a nice one. There we go. And let's check the back. And my pins are popping off. If you're getting these for just your journals, it's better to get these ones, because they, yeah, see, the other ones are falling off. There we go. Okay. I'll get these out of the way. And here's our needle. And that one. And I lost my thread. There it is. So now we're going to be doing the last holes, the third set right here. And then our journal will be assembled. And then's the fun part, the decorating. Oh, I love that. Yeah, making it your own. Here is my needle, and you can tell my hands are getting tired here. There we go. So do about 1, 2, 3, like so. Make your knot. And there you go. And I'll just clip this little guy on here. All right, so go through the first hole, or the middle one I usually go through, or I always do, not usually, I always do. So now we find the middle one here and go through there. There we go. And this one. And there it is. What is happening here? There we go. And then pull it over and go through your last hole here. And why are you giving me a hard time here? Why? There we go. And pull it through. There we go. Now, put it in your last hole there and pull it through. Now make sure that everything is nice and tight. Take these off. There we go. So now this one goes in here. Oh, my nose is itchy. I'm gonna sneeze. And push it through. And there we go. Now take this guy off and tie it up. Make sure that it's nice and tight in there. Oops, what am I doing? Yep. Usually after the third signature, my hands kind of get shaky and tired, so I usually don't do more than one. But then the other day I made quite a few of them. So there we go. That is the signatures sewn in. Make sure you put your needle where you can find it the next time. I just have a little star here that my mom made. This was in her stash, and it's just a little pillow where you can stick all your pins and stuff in. So I just love that. And these were the pins that she had in here, and I just left them in there. And yeah, if you want to know how to make one of these, you can comment on my video and I can make one of those with you. So that is our journal, and there we go. Let that one go. This is our journal. So yeah, thank you for coming along the ride with me. And yeah, the next video I'll be putting up, I will be doing some decorating in here, putting pockets, and just making it look pretty. So yeah, I hope this helps you, and thank you for joining me thus far, and we'll see you on the next video when we start to journal decorate this beauty. And we'll put corners on, and you know, we'll do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, thanks for coming along. And we'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Please give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. God bless.